journey through the pages of public service, courage, dedication, and hope in times of disaster as the DILG Public Affairs and Communication Service and the Local Government Academy bring you the DILG Kuwentong Listo, stories on disaster preparedness and resilience. The narratives behind the disaster risk reduction and climate change adaptation initiatives of the department put to life through an official publication. Beginning in 2015 with a drive to promote the DILG's DRR-CCA works and efforts in building a strong and resilient nation through public information, education, and communication all over the country, the noble men and women of the department now present, in 2 editions, the once untold life-changing and colorful stories brought by preparedness and resilience. Kuwentong Listo Volume 1 pays tribute to the people on the ground who exemplified unwavering public service in the trying times brought by natural disasters. Meanwhile, Kuwentong Listo Volume 2 features indigenous disaster preparedness practices that are still presently observed in the different regions of the country.
Warm greetings to all of you in today's launching of the first and second editions of the DILG Kuwentong Listo magazine, featuring stories of disaster preparedness and resilience. Congratulations to the DILG Public Affairs and Communication Service and the Local Government Academy for producing these magazines showcasing informational and inspiring stories from actual experiences of people who are involved in disaster risk reduction and climate change adaptation initiatives from all over the country. The first edition is a much-deserved feature of experiences and lessons from silent or little-known DRR heroes, our DILG field workers. Thank you for sharing your stories. The second edition is an interesting look at disaster preparedness indigenous practices that continue to be practiced by the indigenous people as their survival mechanism. With continuing creative partnership among you, PACS, LGA, Regional Information Officers, and DRR focal persons, I'm confident that the succeeding DILG Kuwentong Listo magazines will be just as interesting, informational, and inspiring. Together, let us raise the consciousness of the Filipino people towards becoming disaster-ready and disaster-resilient. Mas ligtas ang may alam, maagap at laging handa.
Based on actual experiences and penned by the DILG Regional Information Officers together with their regional DRR focal persons, the Kuwentong Listo magazine is a product of a series of activities and a united desire to create ripples of noble initiatives and change in the name of the department's DRR-CCA advocacy, being the Vice Chair for Disaster Preparedness of the National Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Council.
Congratulations to the DILG Public Affairs and Communication Service, Local Government Academy, Regional Information Officers, and Regional Disaster Risk Reduction Focal Persons on the official launching of our very own DILG Kuwentong Listo volumes 1 and 2 magazines. Being the Vice Chair for Disaster Preparedness Pillar, the National Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Council, we at the department have been relentless in our efforts to make our local government units and communities truly disaster ready and prepared for any disaster. At the DILG, we know by heart and by experience that making disaster preparedness as a way of life is a daunting and challenging task for the LGUs. It is for this reason that we continue to advocate the life-saving principle of disaster preparedness to the general public. May our Kuwentong Listo publications put our message across about all the rewarding journeys that the DILG has undertaken in helping our LGUs and communities adopt a more disaster-ready and disaster-resilient mindset. I hope that the readers of our Kuwentong Listo magazines will get the same fascinations that I've had while reading through the various inspiring and heartwarming stories of disaster preparedness, readiness, and response from the different regions all over the country. Again, my congratulations to the editors, writers, contributors, creative staff, and all the people behind our DILG Kuwentong Listo magazines. Kudos to all of you.
And this is just the beginning of more editions of our publication as we continue to inspire people toward a disaster-prepared and resilient nation. Kwentong listo mula sa DILG. Matino, mahusay, at maaasahang kagawaran tungo sa mapagkalinga at maunlad na pamahalaang lokal.